What's up?
Hey guys, good evening, and welcome to another wonderful Tuesday, guys. How was y'all's weekend?
Wow, did we have a weekend?
I
missed it. I think,
dude, I will drink to that.
So you didn't watch any football this weekend, John?
No, I did. I think I vegged a lot of the weekend in front of the TV watching football.
Gotcha. Mine was good. Nick ended up coming down Sunday, and we did some bow hunting out of the blind. We'll talk about that later. It was a good hunt. We seen a lot of deer.
That's good.
That was about it for me. We had a little event Saturday, so we were outdoors all weekend. It was beautiful. We're supposed to have a record high today and maybe tomorrow.
Crazy.
High temperatures.
Weather is feeling good down here, a little bit breezy. We had gorgeous conditions at the beach. I didn't go, but everybody else I know did.
Everybody but me.
Yeah, I was working on the house, man. I got a wild hair. I decided to do some work in the yard. And we decided that we're going to do Thanksgiving for my family at my place here. And our house is a little bit small. It's fine, but a little bit small to house everybody. But I was like, you know what? Everybody last year, I would really like to have some stuff kind of finished around here to kind of show off a little bit. So I'm going to put in, I'm trying to put in a patio in the backyard to really increase the outdoor space to hang out. So that was my weekend working on that project.
Cool. We got Ben. We go fishing. We got Wild Japan, and that is Grant, of course, the Stanley Orchard. We don't need more than that, dang it. We don't need them. I'm lying. We need as many as we can get. Come on in.
I did notice we picked up a few new subscribers this week. So if you guys are watching the replay and not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, appreciate
Cheers
it.
to that, and thank you.
I'll share it on some Facebook Messenger.
There you go.
Yeah, so Ben saying, hold on one second. I've got a screen popping up in my face here. God, Google's messing with me today. Ben, we go fishing saying life as a fisherman or hunter equals poor. That was kind of like one of the things that I was thinking about when we were setting this up. I was like, you know, there are things that you do in your day-to-day life. And we're going to get to all this stuff in just a minute. We're going to like say our hellos and everything first. But there's things that you do in your day-to-day life that are a little bit different if you are into hunting and fishing and you know, outdoor stuff in general, hiking or whatever. And yeah, one of the things that you do is you collect stuff and have a tendency of maybe not being quite as, you know, financially, I'm not going to say stable, but you're in a different place financially if you're doing a lot of fishing and hunting. You hit the
unless you're just trying to eat, you know. I mean, you could be poor and hungry and catch fish and hunt.
You can also be rich in spirit.
That's right. What's up, David Martin?
Hey, how's it going, man? And of course, we got Wild Japan here. What's up, man?
David had an anniversary about 3 days ago, the 26th. So happy anniversary, David and Melanie.
Hey, congratulations. Oh, here we go. So, you know, this is probably not a terrible time to have a little bit of a conversation like this. Social media has been so political. All the oxygen been taken up. I'm not posting more content until after the election. Hopefully it settles down.
Yeah.
Dude, man, I feel you on that.
Do you guys go out to your mailbox and pull out these big sheets of their political ads that every politician is having stuffed in your mailbox? All this paper we're wasting because I'm just going to throw it away. I mean, oh man, I can't wait till elections are over.
That and the vitriol in those ads on television. It's and I obviously, like, we all have our like different political standings. Like, we're gonna have like the people that we vote for, and that doesn't play into any of this. But screw both those parties. Like, both their like, shame on both of them for the political ads that they're putting out, because it is just venomous.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be a better way. A better way for our tax dollars and things to be run.
You remember, like not that you remember, maybe John, you do, but like our forefathers, our grandfathers had, you know, like JFK. They had, you know, God, there was a George Washington and an Abraham Lincoln, and that you know what I mean? Like, there was people who were running for president that were like classic figures, people that could get on dollar bills, and this is what we're getting
now. It's people that want more dollar bills.
Yeah. I just wish, you know, one of these days, I just hope we get, like, I don't know, like that. I think we're well past the time where we kind of deserve like that caliber of running person, whatever. Right. So anyway, that's my political plug for, since we're doing election stuff. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, my son, we talked today on the phone, and that's what he said. He doesn't think he's going to even vote because he doesn't think his vote will even matter. And I mean, I pretty much agree with him.
I don't disagree. I'm going to vote just because it's, you know, something that you do, and it goes on your record. And
well, he'd have to drive home from college too to vote, I think. So
yeah, that's not judging, not passing any judgment on that at all.
Yeah.
Wild Japan, here we go. He says, of my subscribers, only 46% speak English, so I don't deal with it.
Go to the next comment he made.
So I don't deal with it in the 4 comments of video. Enjoy it.
I'm not getting like political comments in my videos. I haven't seen that.
I've gotten them, but I've gotten good ones. I'm going to say good ones. I've gotten ones where people, they're not like tearing me up for anything, and I've slipped in some political stuff here and there, just behind the scenes, in the background kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I've let that kind of slide a few times for fun, and people have picked up on it, and they've only ever said nice things about it. So
I did see a video. It looked like they were in Japan marching with like a Donald Trump parade in I think it was Japan.
No way.
Man, I've got to find that.
David Martin, I would at least get comments.
David. Hey, your wood chipper video's got like 350 views. That's more than half of my videos. What are you talking about?
Dude, yeah, I could like speak to that also. I'm looking at my numbers real quick because I want to give you some encouragement. That is more than 1, 2, 3 of my last 5 videos. So keep doing what you're doing. Ben says, at least you get, let's see. I stopped writing articles because somehow people can link anything to one candidate or the other. Here is to saner times, dude. I will drink that. And yeah, they do. They'll they do. You know what? Here's my political. I'm just going to go ahead and go. We got an election. I'm going to go full political. I am putting my head in. I am going to be vocal, and I'm going to say Grant McIntosh for president.
I second the emotion. The emotion.
Cheers, Grant.
Cheers, Grant. You're in. Write them in on your things when you go to vote on the ballot.
Yeah, and send your money. What PayPal? Because that's what it's all about,
oh my
right?
God, you've been
It's all
a
about
candidate
who-
for like 10 seconds, Grant.
Right?
No, that's what
Yeah.
it's all about, right?
You like that?
That's what it's all about. Who can raise the most money is the one that wins the
Yep.
primary.
Yeah.
I'm cutting that out. We're at the 10.5-minute mark. I am cutting that out and making a shorts video out of that. It took you 10 seconds to get corrupt.
No, I'll help the people. Send me the money and I'll help the people.
What script are you reading off of?
I'll feed the people.
I'll
I'll buy more farmland and feed the people. Have you seen that one? Where was it? Where was it in?
His thing.
Man,
Oh, no. None of this. That's bullshit. We're getting him for president of the U.S., not prime minister. Not. We already got him. You go get your own good guy who's going to get corrupt after 10
David,
seconds.
go get your own.
Yeah.
Dang it, man. See, this is why we need super chats enabled on this channel.
There we go.
You know, if Farmall was in here, he'd have blown that up.
Right. Yeah, I typed it in. It's pro-Trump supporters march giant size figure of the president through Japan, but that video was a month ago. So
I have to say, I imagine that being very epic. I would like to have seen that.
right. Yeah, I mean, the lobbyist, it has to still be in my interest or something that I like. I was going to send you guys this video that I watched on Facebook, or I seen the article somewhere. There was some city, like the city council, maybe not the council, but somebody that had worked for the city or this jail by, I think, Shaw in Georgia? The Army, is it Army base or Air Force base?
Shaw, I've heard of Shaw. Yeah, I think it's Air Force.
Yeah, and but anyways, between the Air Force base and the city, they bought prime hunting land and built an awesome cabin, and it's all on taxpayer money. I'm sure we could find it pretty easy looking up, because that was just recent in the past week.
That's crazy.
Yep.
What's the over-under on them being supporters of Amendment 2?
Right.
Oh, in Florida.
Only a couple more days of this, guys. It's almost over.
Mm-hmm.
Then the real fun begins, because, you know, regardless of whoever wins that whole thing, it's civil war. So only 4 more years of this, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In advance, so you guys know, a little clarification here, something I was trying to fix behind the scenes that is not happening. My slideshow is not loading into this, so we might not be able to do the photo of the week thing.
Biscuits.
Unless, you know what we could do? We could pull it up and just go through it. Now, we can't like look at each individual picture and stuff, though. So we won't do that. We'll save it, and I'll get it fixed, and we'll do it next week. So my apologies for that, guys. Rather than half-assing it. There's your answer.
Yep.
That's the political statement of the week right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one I can get behind. I can support.
Mm-hmm. All right. So on the main topic of tonight. So we were talking about it a minute ago, and just to I just want to have some fun with this. It's just a fun conversation to me, and we can move on to other topics in a minute here. But the secret lives of fishermen and hunters. What is it like behind the scenes as somebody who is a fisherman, somebody who does hunting? What is that like? And immediately my thought is my life is better because of fishing and hunting. I get to spend more time outdoors. I am more in tune with nature. my whole family does this. This is something that my family does as opposed to what other wacky things we could be doing. And it's a skill. It's a discipline. I'm actually probably going to make a video about that. So, like, starting off with you, John, what's one of those things behind the scenes that you do as a result of being a fisherman? Like you're at home, you don't fish for maybe a month, but you're an avid fisherman. But if you go a month without fishing, how is that any different than, or how is that going to be different for you as opposed to somebody who doesn't go fishing?
Well, they won't miss it like I would.
Yeah.
And so a month without fishing, I'm watching videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to fishing videos on YouTube. I'm trying to maybe set up a fishing trip as soon as I can. So I'm looking at where we got funding wise, stay overnight someplace and fish. And I'm looking at gear, and sometimes, don't tell Audrey, but sometimes I might actually be buying fishing stuff when I'm not fishing.
I'm real careful about, unless I'm buying like tackle that I can pass off as a general expense, like hooks and weights, lines, stuff like that. That's I can buy that anytime I want. And but unless it's something like that, I am real careful about adding another rod to the quiver. Like my wife will recognize the rod; she'll see it. And she's actually, I've also got to be careful. Like she does an excellent job of like, she gets me really good fishing gear at like Christmas for my birthday. So like this time of year, got to be careful. I can't buy anything because she's probably going to give me something pretty rad. So I'm pretty blessed on that. But yeah, like the you ever make those, what is that called? Grant, you know what I'm talking about. Those purchases that people buy, like right when they're walking to the cashier register, all the candy bars and stuff, the impulse buys.
Impulse buying.
I will occasionally, like if I'm on Amazon, I was on Amazon earlier. I was looking at John, the camera that you just did the video for, which is linked in the description down below. If you haven't seen it, you need to, because if you're doing any kind of videos for all this stuff, this is a pretty solid deal. It's a pretty solid product they got. You know, I was looking at that on Amazon and immediately went into the impulse buy mode of like, I haven't been fishing in a couple of weeks. What new toy can I buy that's going to get me out the door this weekend?
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, Gunpoint?
What's up? What's up?
Speaking as somebody who does a lot of fishing, you're an avid fisherman. How is your life different when you're not fishing as a result of you being a fisherman? You know, like what are the behind the scenes things that people maybe don't see of you being a fisherman in your day to day? Grant, what about you, man?
The last couple of years, I've gotten out of fishing just mainly because my best private hole was based off of, yeah, you can bring your son and, you know, to let a kid fish. And now that he's grown up and not fishing, every time I've knocked on the door, nobody answers the door. So the last time Janet and I drove around our local lake, they had the gate closed to actually go around the lake, and it's been closed for I know over a month. So that's my biggest issue, is having to drive over an hour to go fishing. So hopefully someday soon we'll have our own private pond and we'll have to worry about that.
There you go. Yeah, this thing called a 9 to 5 or whatever your job is gets in the way a lot.
Yeah, it does. But at the same time, like I am not one to take time off. I do not take time off from work. I have soaked, like I'm right now at the point where I've soaked up like so much vacation time that I get to take off a lot of time because if I don't use it, I lose it. I'm kind of being forced into it, which is awesome. Right. But I've gotten really good at like those very special occasions. There have been times on very rare occasion, once every couple of years, where it's like I have a weather window. I have the perfect fishing trip lined up at the perfect time of year, and I wasn't able to put in 2 weeks notice. But I mean, I wasn't able to give anybody an advance notice. So since I'm so good about not taking time off, I have zero issues. I have zero problem lying through my teeth, telling them whatever medical bullshit sob story I have to say because I am getting that day off for that fishing trip. It's rare when I do that, but I don't even. I'll be open and honest that I'm doing it. But I've gotten, like, I feel like I've earned the ability to do that if necessary.
Well, it seems like the weekends. Well, we've been busy on Saturdays all summer, and so that's been a busy day. But it seems like the days we've had a chance to go, like today, man, it was freaking windy as could be. I would have loved to do something for the first half of the stream. Of course, it's almost dark now. I need to request a picture. But yeah, we got time change this weekend, right? So
coming up this weekend.
It'll be getting dark really soon.
Yeah, we fall back.
Yeah,
Are we doing that? I thought they canceled that whole time change.
No, still doing the fall back this time.
I was hoping so, but they haven't canceled it yet.
No.
No, I need to go fishing. I really do need to go catch some fish.
Me too.
Okay, this is an excellent one. Fishing has changed how he does road trips. He'll be on his road trip and he'll bookmark spots on the map while driving somewhere. Dude, I'm careful about that. I'm similar, and I've got spots bookmarked. I do Google reviews, so you can find me like, just like you can find anybody like on Google, like under Google reviews, Google Maps, you'll find me. I'm a reviewer, and I've bookmarked some spots, but like they're public. Those bookmarks are, and I know you can probably do it private. I'm not that smart, so I don't bookmark all of them, but I will memorize features on Google to go back and try it again later.
All right.
Oh, I like that. My dad's boat's name is Tabor 1.
That's an awesome boat name.
Yeah, it is.
I'm on visitation.
David said, "Sugar Creek calling." That's another issue. My boat's too big for some of these smaller spots now. Back when David was here, I had a smaller boat. I don't have that smaller boat now.
And that's a hell of a point, actually. So, as somebody who's an avid fisherman and stuff like that, John, you can speak to this because you do it probably more and better than anybody I've ever known. How much time do you spend in between fishing trips, like on your boat, in the driveway, working on it, doing stuff to it?
It's never ending. It's not maybe always stuff that the boat can't be used until you fix it. That happens, but sometimes it's just stuff like, I don't like the way this works and I'm going to change it, or I'm going to upgrade something. And so it's never ending. I once started a list with this boat that we have now of all the things to do that I wanted to do, that I had to do, and all that. Man, I finally gave up on the list because it's a never. You cross one thing off, and there's 3 more things added.
You just didn't have enough paper.
Exactly.
So, when's the goal to get it in the water to catch a fish now?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I want to do it this month, but last month and this month, both Joel and Shay has been too busy to come help, so I'm kind of stuck. But Joel's coming over Saturday, so I need some muscle this time, so I'm having him come over.
FYI, if you get any kind of availability late January or February, I got a close to Port Aransas trip. Probably be a good run for you if you want to have some fun.
Okay. We will see.
Something to think about.
Gracias.
And even if like you and Joel, those guys, like even if you don't have room for me, don't worry about it. Like if it's a trip you want to go do and you have that time frame, just let me know and I'll give you everything you need to know to do it.
Cool. I like that gum point. Fishing made him eat fish.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay, so when I started my channel, and I'm still doing this, but I just don't do it as well because of what we do. But when I started my channel, I was eating like anything, like any fish. And now, because I'm forcing myself to do the amount of fishing that I am, I have found myself getting picky about species that I want to bring home. Like, what do I want to physically fillet?
Wow.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd hear such a thing.
Well, that doesn't happen very often, and I'll still be the first person on the boat. Like anybody asks if we're keeping it, you can just go ahead and notch me in for the keep it boat. But I'm not quite as, if it's a little bit on the smaller side, redfish. If it's a really big drum, I'm a little, just slightly more in the camp of like, go ahead and let it go this time than I was 5 years ago.
All right.
I haven't. So I love filleting fish. I really enjoy it, and these hands were built for peeling shrimp. Like I'm going to enter one of these.
I don't like peeling shrimp. That's Audrey's job. That's one job I don't like is peeling shrimp.
I'm gonna do it on a video sometime. I'm gonna show you how fast I can tear through shrimp. I'm at competitive level.
Audrey she got this special tool she bought. So when the head's off, she uses this tool, and it removes the poop line and the tail shell on one little. I don't know how. Found it somewhere on Amazon.
I bet I can still beat it. We get together and we get some shrimp. We're gonna have to put that to the test. I bet I can beat it.
Contest.
I can't devein that fast, but I can definitely shell pretty fast. I do like filleting fish, though. I mean, that's one of those things where, like, I'm working on the backyard right now. I'm putting in a patio and doing some work to the garden area. And that's one of those things where, like, after a fishing trip, that is the time of day when it's like cool outside, it's shady. It feels good, and I enjoy being out there drinking a beer and filleting fish. And I'll volunteer. I've volunteered to fillet. I've literally sat in the parking lot and filleted people's fish for them. I get an enjoyment out of being good at that and being able to do it. That having been said, I am starting to get tired of those when it takes you like 2 hours to fillet fish. When you have so many, it takes forever. I don't want that fish to get old.
Yeah, I'm good for about 20. I think after 20, I'm ready to be done. The crappie limit's 25, so I've kept 25 a few times, and by the time I get to that 25th one, I'm very thankful that I'm done.
Yeah, I hear that. So one of those circumstances is like if we're at the beach and I get a good redfish, say I get a good sheep's head, or like a couple of decent fish, and then 15 whiting. Like, God, those days I just do not feel like filleting a ton of whiting. I want to fillet my redfish, my sheep's head, maybe a couple of whiting is a little, because I like a little variety, but not the quantity that I force myself to keep.
Right.
Sheep's head are tough because those big ass.
Yeah, and those spines.
Yeah, they're just hard to get through with a knife. But they're worth it because they are delish.
I have a knife that I use specifically for the sheep's head. Let me see if I've got it right here in front of me. I'll show you what I'm talking about, because I got a knife specifically for them. I think I got it right in front of me here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, David saying we cleaned a ton of cats. That was at Sugar Creek where he was talking about. And that was in August, I believe. August, September. We cleaned over 100 catfish, and I don't know if it's 3 trips or 4 trips.
Nice.
A lot of catfish.
I'm looking for the specific knife here. I like Dexter Russell, so I got the brand.
Yeah, when I was small, we were catching perch and stuff. You scaled everything. You scaled it, you gutted it, you cut the head off, and fried the whole fish. Or you pan fried it. However you cooked it, so you cooked the whole fish. And then it wasn't until I was out of high school before first thing everybody started filleting fish and all that. You get a little more flavor, I think, if you got the skin and everything cooked with the bone in and all that. But a big fat fillet is nice to cook up too.
Yeah, that's how my grandma. That's with the catfish, tail on it, skinned and gutted, head cut off, and just fried up. Backbone, tail, breaded it up.
How do you cook fish, and do you prepare fish different now than you did, say, when you were less experienced?
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah,
I like trying
I
different
play it
recipes.
now.
Yeah.
You get more experimental with it now?
No, I just fillet now.
But do you try different ways of cooking it, or do you always cook it the same way?
No, Janet pretty much always cooks it. Just bread it, fry it. Yeah, I don't eat none raw.
And see, that's one of the things that I've done. Like, I've got my probably 4 or 5 recipes that I do, and they're kind of, this species is a little bit better this way, this species is a little bit better this way, but it's generally speaking, you can do a lot of these different species different ways. But with the fishing I've been able to do recently, that's something I've kind of moved into, is like the species that we can eat like a lot more raw. And I like that. Like, if I can get into stuff that I eat raw, like that's my all-time favorite. What's up, Mark?
I have grilled some a few times, but it's been a few years even since I've done the grilling.
Well,
It's
get
healthier.
back down here again and do some sheep's head or some red drum on the half shell on the grill.
Yeah. Those species are really good for it. They got those thick scales, makes them easy to grill.
Yep. Kind of cooking their own juice.
Hey, one thing I'm going to try, I need to get a good recipe for it, but a video that I would like to make very soon here is I want to catch some speckled trout and cook them like rainbow trout. Because they're not at all alike. They're not even a trout. So
No, they're not.
Completely different. So it'd be fun to play with that whole, dynamic.
Sea trout versus freshwater trout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
They both eat good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't even like frying fish. We do it, and stuff like bluegill, whiting, those guys are amazing. Like fried. I'm fine with that. We just don't do it very often. But it's like the better fish that I've gotten my hands on, the more I tend to grill it or bake it or get experimental, have fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. Hunting, as somebody who does hunting and fishing, who is an absolute avid hunter fisherman, how has that affect personal relationships with you? Have you ever had issues with that? Or I have not. I'm lucky where my wife is like, that's one of those things. She'll get mad at me. She'll get mad at me about talking on the phone to my brother. But I can tell her I'm going to be gone tomorrow. I'm going for a 16-hour fishing trip, going offshore. You'll see me on Sunday. And she'll be okay. She's more comfortable with that than she is me talking to my brother for 3 hours with a glass of scotch.
Right. Oh yeah, Janet would be mad at me if I don't take her now. But
yeah,
before she started fishing, I mean, she didn't mind if I went. She didn't understand. Okay, one more cast. I mean, she definitely does now. But
yeah, Audrey's always been good for it. If she doesn't go with me, she didn't mind me going either.
Then people are going to want to know. Maybe not people in the chat, because you guys kind of get it. But people, anybody who is watching this after the fact, if you are here, thank you so much for joining us, for hanging around here. But I guarantee somebody's going to want to know how you ended up getting a wife that works with you that well on that thing. Any thoughts or advice? And I have been asked this before. I've had people ask me about that, so I'm going to pass it along to you guys. Although I'll say is, being this helps.
Well, yeah. Shoot, me and Audrey have been married 39 years now. So we were young when we met, and we pretty much grew up and matured together. And so she's fine letting me go. Went to Louisiana to do the tuna fishing trip. She's fine with that. And then there's times she's gonna want to fly somewhere to go do something, and I'm fine with that. You know, her and her goofy work friends go to the coast for a weekend, whatever. Go ahead. So, trust and respect.
This is my answer 1,000%. My girlfriend is a saint. She tolerates all my BS. I truly got lucky. Don't ask me how I did it. That's my answer as well.
I think the main thing, if your spouse has interest, you have to take them and hope you have a good time and at least not ruin their trip.
No. You if they've never gone and you're taking them, you absolutely make that a good trip. You do whatever it takes to make sure they enjoy as much out of it. You want to ensure that you get a return.
Right. Yeah. I've dreamed of Janet and I, now that she didn't start hunting until Kyler was, so once Kyler got old enough, they took the hunter safety course together and both passed their tests. And that's when she started hunting. So he was old enough to pass the hunter safety course. I can't remember if he was 8 or 9, how old he was, but so we'd already been married 13 years or give or take before she started hunting or fishing. So
yeah,
when you do get them into it, you got to make sure they at least have a good time and don't get mad at them for getting hung up. If you take them fishing, don't get mad at them for missing a deer or making too much noise. Just try to explain.
Same thing you do with a kid. You want to make it enjoyable.
Right.
And worst thing you do is take a kid fishing and then yell at them about stuff, and they're just not going to want to go fishing.
Yeah. What's up,
my
Mom?
next video. I just started working on it. It was our coast trip, right? Surf fishing, and we had a couple teenage boys that came with one of the moms, and I didn't know this until they got there. They had never fished at all before. So I had a great time showing them how to cast a rod, put the bait on, how to reel, and then they caught some fish, and it just made it a really fun trip.
Right. Yeah, there you go, David. There's your go-to. Your girls start getting older, a little bit older, and take them fishing, and you get to fish more, get them enjoying it. Monica, I haven't seen anything of you in forever. You still catching fish? Haven't got any pictures.
What's up, Yankee Frank?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, man? How is life different for you because of fishing and hunting? Like behind the scenes, Chris, like what do you do differently now because of hunting or fishing? So one thing that I'll do, I'm weird. But I have my lucky fishing shirts, and I only wear those on the best fishing trips. You know what I mean? Like they are the cleanest shirts that I own. They smell the nicest. They're hanging up in the premier section of the closet. No messing around with that. I'm not going to wear that as a day-to-day. That's only for like that necessary trip.
So I think, Monica, that's a loaded. Sorry, we'll both try to shut.
It's there.
I think that's a loaded question. Microwave isn't safe to use, period. So for food.
You're talking to outdoorsmen here, Monica. I guarantee there's like I'm going to guarantee there's $2,500 worth of barbecue pit on screen right here.
No, we don't own a microwave.
I do, and mine was $60. It's the microwave that you would put in a college dorm, and it's the most worthless piece of shit microwave. Like, it shouldn't even be in there. It's worthless. I'd rather spend an hour and a half cultivating a perfect 300-degree fire in my barbecue pit. than running something through the microwave.
Bad news. Of course, I'm sure our cell phones are probably more radiation than a microwave, or more dangerous.
Yeah, probably. Oh, what was it? There was another one. So another one that I'll do is like I actually, and I need to do this more, but going fishing is a driving force. I got a gym membership, and I force myself to go. And it differs. Like in the summertime, it's hard to because we got so much stuff going on, traveling and whatnot. But like right now, this time of year, things slow down just a little bit. I'm in a little bit more of a permanent schedule. So I try to get to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, specifically so that when I go fishing, I'm like in shape. Does that make sense? Like so that I don't want to get like I do not want to get winded when I'm out fishing. So I'll actually, do physical activity. I'll try to do things to be in like shape so that I just don't want to be. I don't want to be the guy holding anybody else back if I go fishing with somebody.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I think that 50%. I think when you turn the camera on, it goes down or goes up even more. Camera jinx is real.
I will say, you know how they talk about how like the camera, they used to say back in the day that the camera would make you gain 10 pounds or whatever. You gain 10 pounds on camera. I have noticed that now we have wide angle lenses, and if you hold that at an upward angle, look down on yourself, it slims the waistline. Little pro tip for anybody who's feeling the winter weight.
I'm good.
Yeah, that whole thing about making a focus on them. Anytime you want to try and get kids into it, they're the focus, not you and what you want to catch and all that. That's a good point.
I get to go fishing a lot, and if I get the opportunity to take somebody out fishing, like somebody who doesn't get to go very often, or if I'm in one of those circumstances where it's somebody who's never been fishing before in their life, you kind of have a responsibility. Like it's an important thing. This is going to be something that they remember for the rest of their life. This is a very unique moment for them. It's like going to, like, I don't know. I say Six Flags because I've only ever been to Six Flags once. That's the memory that stands out for me. It might be a mundane thing to you doing it all the time. You might not even catch something that you would consider special. It is still a unique experience for them. And you kind of need to go into it with that mindset of like, this is probably going to be extra work on me. Probably not going to be as much fun as it otherwise could have been. But it's my responsibility to create something unique for them to enjoy. Something they'll remember forever.
Definitely.
Yeah, me too. I think go fishing in September, so I guess I can't complain too much.
I respect that.
Is there going to be more fishing for John after 93 days?
Oh yeah, there definitely will be.
Do we have that?
I am a double-digit midget now, folks. That's what we call it in the military. First, you're a short timer when you're getting close to the end. Then when you get under 100 days left, you're a double-digit midget. And then within a few days, you're just next.
How many sick days you going to use between now and then?
Oh, I don't have a lot of sick leave yet, but I did put in my leave. So the last week before my retirement date, I'm off. I'm on leave. And then the rest of the week after Christmas off, the whole next week, because New Year's and my 60th birthday are all in that week. I took all that leave too. So yeah, I got some chunks of leave coming up. I was really, because here the military students, they have exodus over Christmas where they all go to the airport, get on planes, go to heck home, come back after Christmas. So they're gone like the week before Christmas until like the 3rd of January. And so once that happens, then the installation, everybody kind of gets to take their time off during that time. So really, by the third week or second week in December, I really won't have much more to do.
Gotcha.
I know. I thought it was 70s myself. Here.
I knew that was coming from somebody. Thank you, Monica. I'm just 59 right now, but yeah, January 2nd, I'll be 60.
Wow. So that means when I turn 60, you'll be turning 75.
If I live that long, yep.
I will be 27.
What?
27.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The joke on that being I'm pretty much a perpetual 14-year-old at heart. So I say at heart. That's a nice way of putting it. I'm about as, bright as a 14-year-old.
Bragging. Monica, the odds of me making it to 60 aren't very good, probably. But hopefully.
You'll be fine.
Well, your recent financial decisions has probably doubled your chances. Moving out to that farm, getting away from everybody.
Yep, that's right.
Get the toes in the dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true.
Looking forward to it. Hopefully spring will be big changes out there.
You have an idea of like what time in the spring, or is it just a general spring thing right now?
No, we're just hopefully we can get a pond dug and get some water in it so that I can, at least if I plant some stuff out there, I'll have a way to water stuff before we can get a well dug. It's probably going to be summer if we're lucky by the time we get a well.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah. But we did have a good Sunday. Nick came down and we got out there and got hunting, and he had a couple opportunities to shoot a doe and then a little spike buck, and he shot over them both times. So
bow hunting.
He brought down 2 empty coolers and went home with 2 empty coolers, but we had fun. He got to shoot.
The benefit of that is that he got out there and had some fun, and then there was no cleanup work afterwards.
Right. He got to shoot. Yeah, it was a compound bow. That was another thing. He said he'd never shot sitting down, and he was sitting down on the stool that I had in there. And I don't know why he didn't stand up or whatever. I guess it was just the heat of the moments both times, but he was trying to shoot.
Go ahead.
He was trying to shoot out of the blind, and when he first drew back, I'm like, "Hey, you're going to hit the blind. You need to raise up." So he raised up the front of his bow, not the whole bow. So he shot over the deer, and then I don't know what happened the second shot.
Do I fish in the heck? Yeah, I fish. I think I fish more in the winter than I do in the summer, because here in the winter you can still have 60, 70 degrees. You can go fishing. But in the summer, you're having 90 plus to 100 degrees, so then I don't go fishing much.
I'll add on to that and say I want to say I do better in the winter. Now, August, September, and October is kind of that's prime time. But outside of that, if you're going to look at June and July versus like November, December, or December and January, I think I probably do better in the winter myself. At least I enjoy it more because it's not 110 degrees.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I would say that would be the case in Texas. And for me, I'm hunting. If it's the end of November to the end of January, I'm duck hunting. So fishing I care nothing about fishing when duck season's in. Unless we're not seeing any ducks, and then I'm sitting there thinking, damn, I should have brought my crappie pole.
Do you think it's good to catch big fish on light stuff or ultralight? I mean, so there's a lot of people say, hey, that's excitement. It's fun to try to get something big in on, and I can see that. And then some, depending on what you're fishing, will say you work the fish too hard because you have to work them so long. Get them in with that ultralight work, if you're catching and releasing, the survival rate of the fish is lower because you've worn it out. So I don't know. Y'all, what do y'all think?
I've got a couple little, what I would consider ultralights, and I think it's fun.
I'm using those for crappie and stuff. So you just asked me if you want to catch.
Right. Yeah. I mean, occasionally you catch a bass on it. I think it's fun to catch a big fish on what's light on accident more than on purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Like, I've caught pretty big fish on my outfits, and I do like to horse them. I don't like to sit there. I like being like going to Wisconsin with Rachel's brother and doing the fishing we've done up there. I caught like a 30-inch pike and some other decent fish on like 8-pound test, and you really learn to be a good angler doing that, wrestling with a fish like that. So I am a better fisherman now doing pan fishing up in Wisconsin than I was prior, learning that skill set. I do enjoy the fight. Like, I like that. But at the same time, I'm like, if you have a 40-inch redfish and you have that on an ultralight outfit that can handle a 40-inch redfish, or you have that exact same fish on a 7-foot medium heavy outfit, dude, it's a 40-inch redfish. You're gonna have fun either way. So I think like a medium heavy is just totally fine. You don't need to downgrade to make something more fun. An ultralight is excellent for anything under 12 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Well,
here's Monica's latest crappie.
Oh, let's see it. Here.
Nice.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Bad lighting.
No, it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Yep. Nice. Good job, Monica. Can't see that one as well. It looks like a big bass.
Yep.
Nice.
Another bass.
Golly.
2 different shirts. That must have been 2 different days. And then
No, you just bring the second shirt with you and change real quick. Take a picture again. No,
yeah.
Youngin with the big blue.
We do YouTube. We know the game.
Nice.
I got one for you. This was this morning. Will it go sideways? No, it didn't go sideways. All right. Anyway, so that's 37-inch redfish out at the beach this morning. My father-in-law.
He loves sending you pictures while you're not fishing.
Oh yeah, he does. He rubs it in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's fly fishermen everywhere. He's surprised that they're fly fishing here, but yeah, there's fly fishermen everywhere. And they fly fish for me. When I was growing up in New Mexico, fly fishing was for trout. That's what everybody fly fished for.
Right.
Then all of a sudden people fly fish for tarpon and everything else. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm not myself into fly fishing. I think it can be kind of like bass fishing, where those anglers sometimes can be a little snooty, look down upon us who do not understand the proper etiquette of fly fishing and fly tying. So yeah, but it's cool to watch.
Nice.
I hate the guys who go fly fishing off the jetty. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. Chris, if you want to come do it, I got your back. But those punk little shithead millennials with the curly mustaches and their perfect tans who are fly fishing for absolutely nothing off of the rocks, they can kick rocks.
Yeah, you tell them.
Nice. Yeah, that's a big damn fish with that. Oh, that medium light. Okay, so yeah, that's perfect. I did a video last year where I went after sheep's head, and it was earlier this year, and sheep's head with an ultralight off the jetty, and it was like I had fun with it. Like, it's a little bit more of a fight, but I also, because it was so short, I had a hard time getting it, like out past the end of the rocks.
Yeah.
That was a real pain dealing with that. I wish I had a longer rod just to deal with that. the reel and everything handled it just fine. And I was catching them on something like 6-8 pound tests. That was rough.
Monica got her first Shimano rod and reel.
Nice.
Nice, congrats.
I like the idea of Stanley Orchard fishing off the jetty with unconventional items or something, you know, like a cane pole or a yo-yo or something.
Someone's got to send me one of those hats. It's like the rainbow colored hats with the little fan on top. I'll go out there with a cane pole and maybe I'll take a little Red Ryder, walk it out there.
No pictures tonight, David. There were some
I don't know
issues.
why Google won't load them into the thing for me. I don't know what happened. I agree. And I actually do have some plans on doing some stuff like that. I have a fun idea for a video going out there to the jetty and catching stuff, like you said, in an unconventional manner. I kind of need the right conditions to pull the whole thing off, but it's something I've been mulling over for about 2 years now. Fun project.
Do it. Mark's been busy. Canning hides and getting ready for trapping.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We're about to get into busy season for you, aren't we? Go time.
Yep. Oh, sure.
Well, there was that one guy. We did a live stream about that just recently. The guy that caught the record catfish on the Barbie pole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Aeon, dude, squid is high on my bucket list. We've caught squid, but they're little ones. I want to get into those big guys, the Humboldts and the stuff like the ones that they get over in Australia.
Yeah.
High on my bucket list.
Calamari. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a YouTube video.
Yep.
A little out of my league. Not a game I'm gonna play. Not after that guy caught that record. All right, we're down to a couple of minutes here, guys. Let us know. Like, now is that time. We all got plans this weekend. We got holidays coming up. What kind of fun things are you going to be doing this weekend? What do you got on the books? And what can we expect to see from you when we all get together again next Tuesday? Personally, I'm working on the backyard, trying to get some stuff done. Might get a fishing trip in this weekend. We'll see how it goes. I've been dry docked for a couple weeks now, so I'm going to try to get out there.
Nice. I've got Willis coming over, Joel coming over to help me Saturday. We're going to do some work on the boat. Some of the big things I got to get done. And so I can update on that. And I still got video from that surf fishing trip that I got put together and put out.
I liked that teaser. John just released a video today. If you hadn't seen it, it's in the description down below. We got a link for it. He did a camera review. And at the end of it, it's a cool little camera if you're looking to get yourself, get your hands on a new little, like a GoPro for a lot less.
Yeah.
But I liked the teaser that you had at the end where you're, showing us what to expect next. I was like, that was smart. That was clever.
Yeah. Appreciate
Did
it.
you use the camera in that video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some side by side with it and a GoPro.
Cool.
Yep. We've got 31 days until duck season. That's my countdown. 31 days till duck season, November 30th. I'll try to get out fishing if we get a nice day. Like I said, just today may have been the record high. Tomorrow might be a record high. We need some rain. We're dry again. Got a chance of rain Halloween morning.
31 days. There you go.
And Mark's opened up last weekend up there. If you guys got some ducks, holla.
Holla.
It's still hot up there.
You need to make that lure.
There you go.
Mark going to try to do some bow hunting if it doesn't rain.
Nice.
Good luck. Have fun.
Wild Japan, going out doing some hiking. I'm sorry, I was thinking about trying to pronounce that, and I was just like, anyway.
I heard your brain click a couple times.
Yeah, you could see the wheels turning a little bit, I'm sure.
All right. Well, it's that time, folks.
Yes, yes. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.
Yep, for sure.
And thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you guys Tuesday when we do this all over again. Have a wonderful weekend. Catch you next time.
Peace out.
Good night.